Hi everybody, it's Ryan from Ryviews.com. I'm here with another trailer breakdown video, this time about the Star Wars Squadrons gameplay trailer. I already broke down the reveal trailer, which you can see in the link somewhere on this video, or at the very least in the description somewhere if I can't figure out how to put it in the video itself. But let's get to this one. One question I have right off the bat is going to be if we're able to use the cockpit view and a third-person view, or if it'll only be cockpit. I really like the cockpit view they show in this video. Looks like it has a lot of nice meters and information, but I'm wondering because sometimes that can be a bit blind boxing, where you're not really able to see or experience that much if you can't go outside the actual craft. And so I'm intrigued to see if they'll give that as an option. It does diminish, in my opinion, some of the kind of visceralness of games, so I would not be surprised if they're limiting it to only cockpit view, quite frankly. But at the same time, most games usually have a third-person view too. I really like that they highlight in the video all the different sensors and information you have. They list off laser charge, ship status indicator. A lot of these things are going to be good indicators of what the game actually feels like when playing, because if you have speed control and power management and components, that probably means you're going to be managing all those different items while you're flying, which is quite nice. I'm interested to see how close to a normal flight sim this is, because a lot of recent Star Wars games where you're flying around are much more arcade style, and this seems like it's going to lean a bit heavier in the flight sim style, so I'm very happy about that. It's been a while, not since X-Wing versus TIE Fighter have we really had that kind of deep dive into the actual flying mechanics of these games. I find it interesting that they list off a few ships that you'll have options for, but they only list off 4 for each squadron, even though there's 5 members of each squadron. So there must be double ups. Originally I was thinking that you'd have individual ships, so each 5 would have a different ship, and you'd have to kind of go in that kind of specialized mode where you only can have one A-Wing on a team, for example. That does not seem to be the case if there's only 4 ships per side. But I'm interested to follow that too, because I'm curious to know how important those classes will be when you're trying to create a good team. There are at least 60 components they show on the screen, which is a pretty hefty amount. I'm intrigued about how much they actually change the gameplay. I'll have to wait to see how impactful they all are, but that's pretty nice. I've also already read an article talking about how they're going to have no loot boxes. Everything that you unlock will be unlocked through gameplay, which I like the sound of. I think that that's definitely the right way, especially after the backlash from Battlefront 2. Hopefully they've learned their lesson. When they're discussing the multiplayer modes, it seems to me like you're going to be always having 5v5, which is fascinating to me. Especially because they make it sound like you're supposed to kind of gather your teamwork tactics. I wonder how they're going to kind of force that team building. There's certain games like Destiny that have tried to foster a social space, which we also mentioned in this video, to meet your teammates and to kind of create strategy. I'm curious to know what they're going to do here to foster that mentality, because it sounds like they really are trying to emphasize that need to work together. Like if you just roll into a match without coordinating, you're going to be getting your ass kicked. I'm interested to see where they take that. Fleet battles sound a lot like the Battlefront 2 main mechanic where there's multiple different phased battles. I'm curious, because I'm not entirely sure if it's brought up that much in the video, if you're able to push back and forth. So they mention a dogfight that you start off with, and either you're defending or attacking ships. They don't specify if you're able to push them back, so let's say you lost the dogfight, you're able to win the second phase and push it back to the middle. Because, the mode of Battlefront 2 that I played like that, which I've forgotten the name of, could drag on forever because you're able to constantly have that tug of war and it could last for hours and hours, which was very frustrating. So with this one, I'm wondering if you're able to push them back, or if it's just kind of you stop them in the second phase so the battle ends, or it keeps going to phase 3 when the attackers quote-unquote have to win. I'm very curious how that ends up. By and large, seeing this gameplay footage makes me really excited. The graphics look phenomenal. I think it's going to be a wonderful cockpit experience. I'm really intrigued, like I said earlier, to see how close to a flight sim it is and how complicated the game is going to be to control. But in general, man, if this delivers what it promises in these 2 trailers, I think it's going to be a great game. I am just going to sign up on day 1. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know if you have other games you want me to look at, if you have other questions about this game you want me to follow up on, and if you have any general just questions, comments, hazing, whatever you want to do, I'm all ears. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as usual, and I will see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Wasn't that a great video? Hopefully you'll want to like, comment, and subscribe below, and I will see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.